about the dog tasks of ADHD that never get done. What are dog tasks? I coined the phrase from dog days, an expression from ancient times referring to the hottest days of summer. Dog days are considered a time of lethargy, indolence, and inaction. Dog tasks refer to any kind of work that inspires you to avoid it due to its boring or repetitive nature. I'm Bonnie Minku, Senior Certified ADHD Coach and founder of Thrive with ADD. And I'm guessing you have a long to-do list of things that never seem to get done. With ADD or ADHD, we tend to hate anything that's dull or mundane. At home, your dog tasks may include taking out the garbage, doing laundry, washing dishes, or straightening up a messy space. At work, typical dog tasks could be filing, tracking your time, or cleaning out your inbox. What you consider a dog task isn't necessarily a dog for everyone. What feels terribly tedious to you may be a comforting ritual for someone else. And a simple, boring task can become a lead-in to something else that actually helps make you more productive if you structure it properly. So how do you get yourself to walk those dogs, to actually do the thing that you're avoiding? Well, first of all, make sure the task is really a dog. By that, I mean, is it something that you avoid purely because it feels like a boring chore that you just don't feel like doing, rather than having some other kind of block against doing it? I'm going to talk about other blocks in the next few videos. If it's truly a dog, then decide if it's one thing or if it involves multiple steps. For example, washing the dishes is a single task. Cleaning up the kitchen may involve multiple steps, including washing the dishes. Now take the first step and take a guess how many minutes it will take you to do. Write that down, then do that step and time it, and write down how many minutes it actually took. In many cases, our ADD impatience with boredom causes us to exaggerate how long the activity really takes to do. So you may be pleasantly surprised that you got it done much faster than you thought you would. Okay, now you know exactly how big or small a dog you really have to walk. But the walk doesn't have to be an obstacle course. What would make the walk more pleasant? Maybe it's music or something engaging taking place in the background. Or if the task involves paperwork or laptop, perhaps doing it in a different environment would help. Anyone who owns a real dog knows that walking the dog must be done several times a day. Most dog owners fall into a routine that includes walking the dog at certain times. For example, before leaving for work or right after dinner. It becomes a ritual habit that you perform automatically. If your dog task is one that should be performed every day, you might want to create a ritual around the task so it becomes an automatic habit. To do that, you need to pick a trigger, something that happens that means it's time to do the task. For example, Max is a sales representative who works from home. His children arrive home at 3 o'clock every day. So he has a timer set to alert him every day at 2:30 to serve as his trigger. At 2:30, Max's ritual is to stop what he's doing, make sure he's put away loose papers, checks his calendar and plans for the next day, and puts any necessary items in his briefcase for the next day's appointments. Because of this ritual, at the end of the workday, Max feels prepared when he starts each day and is no longer stressed out and late for his appointments. So your steps for dog tasks are: 1, make sure it's really a dog. 2, be clear what the steps are to perform the task. 3, determine how long it takes to do. 4, make it more entertaining. And 5, if it requires doing on a regular basis, turn it into a ritual. Watch for the next video coming up soon and click on this page to register for the free live webinar training on Wednesday, October 15th. See you soon.